This conference will now be recorded.
So now the recording started. So diagnose and solve the problems. Then access control. What is access control? Here we are providing access if a new team member came into the team. You have to provide the storage account access. So here you can add the users, remove the users from the access. So you can share this access to other users. Those kind of activities you can do from IAM, that is Identity Access Management. So the next concept is data migration. Data migration, how we can do data migration from your on-premises account to your storage account. So that is data migration. So in data migration, we have different tools which are available to migrate your data from your on-premises, sorry, on-premises to storage account. So one of the way we have seen from Storage Explorer. We have seen, right? Storage Explorer. So from Storage Explorer, you can able to connect your storage account. So this is a third party tool. You have to download it and you have to install it. So this is Storage Explorer. Another tool which we have seen, that is AG copy. AG copy. What we'll call it as AG copy. So this is an article which can be helpful for you to the steps what we have to follow to do this. Okay, agent copy is, this is the one URL. You just follow this article. Okay, I'm bringing here in the chat. So now, so agent copy is a command line interface. Okay, how, for what purpose it will be using? It is used to copy your blogs or files into Azure storage account. That is nothing but a command line interface. So how can you do this by using this command line interface? First, you have to download agent copy. First, you have to download agent copy. So select Windows based on your machine. If it is a 64-bit Windows version, you have to download this one. If it is a 32-bit, you have to download this one based on your machine. So once you download this one, you can able to get a zip file like this, agent copy Windows. So you have to extract here and like this it will come. This is agent copy. So now right click on this one and click on run as administrator. Then it will be installed in your system. So I have already installed this software in my system. So how we can access this agent copy is from PowerShell. Windows PowerShell ISE. Okay, Windows PowerShell ISE. It will come with default. Okay, if it is Windows operating system you are using, it will automatically install in your system. Not required to install separately. You see, it is inbuilt with Microsoft Windows operating system. So then open it. So here you can see two windows, right? This is blue color window and this is white color window. So this is in blue color, whatever you are seeing, it will be called as console window. Okay, so this will be called as console window. This is runtime window. We'll see the next sessions how we can use it, the PowerShell commands. So for now, you have to go in this console window. You can see it here, PS. PS in the sense PowerShell. PS is PowerShell. Okay. Then you have to type agent copy. to check whether the agent copy is installed in your system properly or not. So if you see the information like this, it means that your agent copy is installed properly. So sometimes you can have some issue uh, like agent command is not recognized, something like that. You can able to see here in that mission, in this mission. So in that time, at that time, what you have to do is, the issue with that particular error is, once you have installed agent copy, you have to provide the path under environmental variables. Wherever you have downloaded your agent copy, right? So what I did is I have copied this agent copy extracted folder to here. Yeah. So here I have taken this path and go to the environment variables. You can, if you search with environment variables, you can get this, edit the system environment variables. So under system environment variables, you can see the option environment variables. Okay. So here two type of variables, user variables for Dell. This is user, actually Dell is my user, and system variables. You have to go to system variables. Under system variables, there is a row called path. In this path variable, you have to add your link, add your path for Azure AG copy path. So click on the path and then click on edit. So here you have to mention the path, right? So here I have mentioned D drive agent copy. This is the path for my AG copy. So you have to mention here and then click on OK, OK, and then OK. Then you will not get that error. So what kind of error? It will show like this. The term agent copy not recognized. That means you have to, it's not like installed properly. You have to provide the environment variables. You have to provide the path under environment variable. So then, so this is agent copy. What so far what we did, we have installed agent copy and we have checked agent copy is installed properly. Then now our activity. So option 1, use Azure Active Directory. That is fine. You ignore that one. So our thing is, what is it? What we need to do? We need to copy the local file to Azure directory. So just copy this one and place it here. So if you see the example, what they are telling, this is the source path. That is nothing but your local machine file path. It can be local machine in the sense it can be a virtual machine or it can be your local machine. That is your laptop. So here this is the storage account path. So we'll see from where we can get this URL. Okay. So go to storage account. So here you can see endpoints. Okay. So endpoints. What is this endpoints? It will provide all the URLs, whatever the services we have created. So at the time of creation, what we have provided? We have provided blob, file, queue service, table services. So all the services we have selected, right? So to connect all these services, these are all the URLs to connect these services. Okay, so this is blob service URL, file service URL, queue service URL, table service URL, data lake storage URL, and static website URL. So in real time, all this information will be stored in a file, and that file will be placed into SharePoint path. SharePoint is a, a application, or it is a storage where we can store all your information securely. Okay, so yeah, now I need to connect blob service. So this is my URL. Okay, this is my URL. So here you have to provide your URL here. So tell this. So this is my URL of my storage account. So then this is container one, URL of the blob service. Then in which container I want to move the file. So I am telling to move the file to demo container. So after this, what is this URL? This is the password. So from here till the end, this is my password. Okay. So where I can get this password? You have to go here and then service. Okay, 1 minute. Shared access signature here. Shared access signature. Go here, shared access signature, and then click on the which services you have to connect. So I want to access only blob storage. Then for now I will provide all the services. Go here and select. Let's select everything. Then probably we'll look how it will generate it. So this is a token. This is a password to connect your storage account. So here we are selecting here and then click on generate SAS and connection string. So this is, you are seeing, right? This is SAS token. This is my password. Copy from here, go here and place it here. So recursive is not true. Okay. So now this is destination path. Now you have to provide the source path. Where is the source path? Demo. Inside in the desktop folder and set demo. Let's create a new file, test4, and this is my demo file. Save and close it. Let me copy this path, then place it here. Demo slash test4.txt. So what I'm doing, I am copying my desktop folder test4.txt in text and desktop folder inside the demo folder. Sorry, not inside demo. Where is it? Yeah, inside demo only. Okay. So inside demo folder, test4.txt file is there. So I want to move this file to Azure storage account inside the demo container. I want to move it. So let me copy this command. Then go to PowerShell, console window, paste it here. Then click enter. So now the final job status is completed. Now let's go to container. Where we have moved inside the container demo folder, we moved it. You can see it, right? test4.txt, and the date is 12/8. So in this way we can move your test file, move your desktop file to Azure storage account by using AZ copy, AG copy. You have to call it as AG copy. Okay. So any questions so far?
హలో మేడం, ఇప్పుడు మీరు పార్ట్లన్నీ కాపీ చేశారు కదా,
Yeah.
అది నోట్ ప్యాడ్ లో కాపీ చేశారు కదా మేడం. జస్ట్ మనము కన్సోల్ విండో ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేయడం కోసం మీరు కాపీ చేశారా మేడం?
జస్ట్ మనం ఇది ఏం చేస్తామంటే ఈ కమాండ్ ని ఇది చేయడానికి చేశాను నేను. జస్ట్ జనరల్ గా ఇట్లాగే చేస్తాం ఈ కాపీ అనేది, సోర్స్ ఫైల్ డెస్టినేషన్ ఫైల్. మీకు అర్థం కావడం కోసం నేను ఇట్లా పెట్టాను అనమాట, అంతే, ఇంకేం లేదు. యూ కెన్ డైరెక్ట్లీ కాపీ టు హియర్ యాజ్ వెల్. యూ కెన్ డైరెక్ట్లీ కాపీ హియర్. జస్ట్ మీకు అండర్స్టాండ్ అవ్వడం కోసం ఇట్లా పెట్టాను. ఇది సోర్స్ ఫైల్. ఈ యూఆర్ఎల్ వచ్చేసి ఎక్కడి నుంచి తీసుకుంటాం, ఎండ్ పాయింట్స్ నుంచి తీసుకుంటాం. యా, అండ్ స్టోరేజ్ ఎండ్ పాయింట్స్ నుంచి ఈ బ్లాబ్ యూఆర్ఎల్ ని తీసుకుంటాం. తర్వాత ఇది మన కంటైనర్ నేమ్. తర్వాత ఇది ఏంటంటే పాస్వర్డ్. ఈ పాస్వర్డ్ ఎక్కడి నుంచి జనరేట్ చేస్తాం, సాస్ టోకెన్ నుంచి జనరేట్ చేస్తాం. జస్ట్ మీకు అర్థం కావడం కోసం ఇట్లా పెట్టాను అంతే. మామూలుగా డైరెక్ట్ గా అయినా చేయొచ్చు, నో ప్రాబ్లం. డైరెక్ట్ గా ఇక్కడ టైప్ చేసుకోవచ్చు, ప్రాబ్లం ఏం లేదు కదా.
ఓకే మేడం.
Any other questions? Any from anyone? Clear with the concept? So just what we are doing here, we are copying the data from your local machine to Azure machine, Azure storage account. So we have used Storage Explorer, and this is the command line interface. Okay. So we can move to another concept now. Containers. Let's go to containers here inside the demo. Okay, let me.
మేడం, ఇప్పుడు చేసిన కంటైనర్ లో ఓన్లీ మనం ఫైల్స్ వరకే సేవ్ చేసుకోగలం కదా మేడం?
స్టోరేజ్ అకౌంట్ లో ఏం స్టోర్ చేసుకుంటాం, ఫైల్స్ కానీ ఇమేజెస్ కానీ ఏవైనా సరే స్టోర్ చేసుకుంటాం. మనం లాస్ట్ టైం డిస్కస్ చేసాం, గుర్తుందా? బ్లాబ్స్ ఎందుకు యూజ్ చేస్తాం, బ్లాబ్ సర్వీస్ ఎందుకు యూజ్ చేస్తాం?
మనం అన్స్ట్రక్చర్డ్ డేటా అనేది స్టోరేజ్ చేయడం కోసం యూజ్ చేస్తాం మేడం.
అన్స్ట్రక్చర్డ్ డేటా అంటే ఏంటి? ఎలాంటి డేటాని మనం అన్స్ట్రక్చర్డ్ డేటా అంటాం? ఇమేజెస్ కానీ, ఈఎక్స్ఈ కానీ, లేదా పిఎన్జీస్ కానీ, ఏదైతే అన్స్ట్రక్చర్డ్ డేటా ఉందో అన్స్ట్రక్చర్డ్ డేటాని స్టోర్ చేసుకోవడానికి బ్లాబ్ సర్వీస్ ని యూజ్ చేస్తాం. క్లియర్? హలో.
ఓకే ఓకే మేడం.
Yeah. So now let's go to containers. ఏం కాన్సెప్ట్ చెప్తున్నా, కంటైనర్స్. ఓకే. సో ఈ కంటైనర్స్ లో so we have, if you go for the container, you can see change access level, different options we have inside the container. So in the container you have the access permissions you can able to provide it. Let's see what are all the permissions we have. We have private access level. Okay, so what is the private access level? If you provide the access for this particular container as a blob, that is nothing but sorry, private. Let's go for private for now. So private in the sense, no one can able to access your blobs inside this container. Let me provide the access level for this container private. So inside the private, if you upload a file into a container, it will give an URL for it. Okay, so this is my test1.txt file. If you click on this, if you open this test1.txt, there will be a URL to access this particular file. Okay, this is the URL. Let's copy this one and try to access this file. So it will take some time maybe to update this one. So what it will giving? Resource not found. Means what? If you provide the access level as a private, you cannot able to access any files in that particular container. You can able to access via Azure portal, but you cannot able to access outside the portal by accessing this URL. Now let's go and change the access level again. So let's go and provide the container level access. What is the container level access? You are providing the access to public by to access your folders and files as well. So if you provide the access level as a container, you can able to access this file. Let's go and try to access. Give a minute. Now you can able to access it, right? Then go here and change the access to blob, even though still you can able to access it. So because you are providing access to your container, public access, private access, and if you provide the access to the container, the people can able to access inside the files as well, right? Because containers is nothing but folders. Inside the folders, whatever the files was there, they can able to access. The users can able to access. These are all the different access levels for your container. This is also an important question in the interview. So how they will ask, what are the access levels in the storage account? So at that time you have to tell there are three types of access levels. One is blob level, another is private level, and container. Private, blob, and container. These are all the access levels for your storage account containers. Okay, clear with this concept? Any questions? So nothing but we are providing the access, private access, blob access, and container access. If you give the access as private, no one can able to access. You have to access only from the portal, that is from the Azure portal only you can able to access. If you provide the access to blob access level, you can able to access that particular file which is inside the container. If you provide the access to access level as a container, the user can able to access folders and whatever the folders inside the storage account, and the files inside the inside the folder as well. So this is about access level permissions. Okay, then we'll go for the next concept. That is, we have already seen, right, shared access signature. Let's go and see in detail with shared access signature. So shared access signature is nothing but you are providing access to the storage resources. Storage resources. So here, what kind of, if you take, previously we have seen IAM, right? IAM is Identity Access Management. So in access management, what we are providing the access? We are providing the access for all the services, whatever it is there in the storage account. But there is no option to select one of the service, okay, to provide the access. I don't want to provide the access to all my services. Okay, so identity access management, where we can provide all the services access to the user. I want to provide the access only a particular service. I want to provide a service only for blob service. I don't want to provide the access to file service or queue or table service. So in that case, you can provide the shared access signature under shared access signature. So here you can select which service you have to provide the access. So now let's take a blob service. We have four services, right, which we have discussed previously at the time of storage account creation. What are the services? Blob service, file service, file sharing service, queue service, and table service. So these are all the different services. Allowed resource types here. So whether it is, there are three resource types here: container service, container resource type, and object. Here object is nothing but a file. Okay, service in the sense all the services you can uh, take here. Then what kind of permissions you have to provide? Okay, so I want to provide read access, write access, delete list, add, create. These are all the different services, but I don't want to provide all these services. I want to provide only read and write. I don't want to provide delete access here. Okay, so this way you can select what are all the permissions you have to provide. Okay, then blob version permissions. Enable deletions of versioning of the permissions, and allow blob index permissions. These are the different permissions we have. Okay, before that, there is a configuration change is required for this. Let me check once. Okay, allow blob public access. Generally, sometimes it can be disabled. You have to make sure that it has been enabled here. This is one of the configuration which we already seen, right? So any configurations you want to change, you can change it from here. So then go to shared access signature again. Then select all and service. I'm providing service here. I'm providing only read and write access levels, access permissions, allowed permissions. This enabled deletion of versions, read write permission. The important feature of this shared access signature, that is start and expiry date time. So what we are providing here is, we are providing the access and we are also setting an expiry time for this particular access. So what we are doing here, I am providing starting date and time and ending date and time. So this access will work within that particular time only. So after that particular, let's say for example, I'm providing here some 15th till 15th. This access signature will work only till 15th of this month. After that, it will automatically expire this signature. They cannot able to connect by using this shared access signature. Okay, so this is the main feature which in real time will be using. So because every time you cannot able to come and delete this access, it will automatically expire and the user cannot able to connect after the particular time what we have mentioned. So this is the main advantage of the shared access signature. But in identity access management, we cannot able to provide this timings and all, right? So if you provide the access for the storage account, if the person has leaving from the company, you have to go manually and you have to delete the access. But here, if you provide the access as shared access signature, it will expire this shared access signature automatically. So that is the main advantage of this shared access signature. So we can able to select the service for which service you have to provide the access, and you have to check for the permissions, and you have to mention the duration of this shared access, from which date to which date and from which time to which time you can able to access the shared access signature. So from this month 15th, after 4 p.m., the user cannot able to access the storage account by using this shared access signature. So that is the main advantage here. Now, next concept. Clear with this concept? Anyone having any questions? The start and expiry data. This is a real-time concept again, where we are the DevOps engineer. This is our role to create the shared access signature and to provide this information to the user. Anyone having any questions? Clear with this concept? Okay. Now, the next concept is allowed IP address. Allowed IP address. What is this allowed IP address? So you can able to provide the IP address of a particular user for this access to access the storage account. Okay, so how can we use it? Why we need to provide the IP address? So let's say, for example, I have created the shared access signature for this storage account, and as I was provided to Rohini. Okay, so Rohini, what she can able to do? She can able to share the signature to some other person. Some other person in the sense like we can say money. Okay, so if she shared this shared access signature to money, even he can also able to access the storage account, right? And money, what will do? Money can able to share the signature to some Narayana, and he also can able to access the storage account. But I don't want to. I want to restrict the people who is accessing the storage account. Okay, so how we can restrict is by providing the IP address of the particular user whom we are sharing this access. So what I will do, I will ask Rohini to provide her IP address of her machine, then I will provide here. So only she can only able to access my storage account. Other people cannot, even though she will share the access signature, they cannot able to access the storage account because I am restricting the access here by IP address. Even though she only cannot able to access from other IP address. That is the advantage here. Shared access signature. We can able to provide the access by using IP address, and also we are providing the access. We are providing here start date and expiry time here. After the expiry time, the user cannot able to access your storage account. and here we are selecting which service we are providing the access for the storage account, and what kind of permissions we are providing to the user. So these are all the, in this way we will provide it. So these are all the options in shared access signature. So the main differences between, you have to understand the differences between identity access management and as well as shared access signature. If you take a IAM, you are providing the access for all the services, and there is no start date and expiry time for the IAM, and we cannot able to restrict the IP address who you are using it. So, but if you take shared access signature, we can able to provide the what kind of service we are providing the access, what kind of permissions we are providing, what kind of what is the start date and expiry date and time we are providing the access, and we are also restricting the access based on the IP address of the user. Okay, these are all the different options here. So clear with this concept? Anyone having any questions so far? Okay. So then let's move to other concept, life cycle management. So it will take some time. Then we'll go for access keys. Okay, access keys. So we have seen so far connecting the storage account by using let's go to Storage Explorer. In Storage Explorer, how many options we have seen to connect the storage account? We have seen subscription, we have seen storage account service, blob container. These are all the options, right? So in the last session, what we did is we have selected the subscription. So there is also another option to connect your storage account by using storage account. So if you want to connect a particular storage account, you can go this option, right? Storage account. So how we can connect with storage account? There are three options was there. We can connect with the key and SAS. What is SAS? Shared access signature, what we have talked about. So we can able to connect the storage account by using shared access signature as well. Let's see how to connect this one. Okay, let's select this one, shared access signature. First, before that, you have to select storage account and service. Here, these are the three options. I'm selecting shared access signature URL, that is SAS token, we can call it. Then go here. So go to shared access signature, and then I'm selecting blob service only. Then probably here. Okay. Okay. Then key one, service, and then click on generate SAS token. So here you can see it, right? Blob service SAS URL. You have to copy that one. Go here and then provide here. SAS inadequate air list permission as equals to I. 1 minute. Let me generate for all. So this is my blob service URL. Copy it. Then go here. Go back. storage account, shared access signature with URL. Provide here, then click on next, then connect. It will automatically create here. So here you cannot able to see for now. Successfully added new connection. So maybe it will not show here. Yeah, because I was already added the account, right? That is the reason why it is not showing. But you can in your lab session here, try to connect with the storage account URL, blob service URL. You can able to connect it. So why it's not showing for me here? I was already added the account subscription here. So if it is a different account, it will show here because of I was already added here. That is the reason why it's not showing here. Okay. You can able to connect here. So you can also, this is about shared access signature, how we can connect with Azure Storage Explorer. Then there is another option is also there, access keys. So we have seen the option how we can connect with Azure storage account with shared access signature, right? So we can also connect the storage account with account name and key. How we can connect is this is with access keys. This is the option where we can access keys. Okay, so here there is a key which is used to connect your storage account. Okay, to see this key, you can click on show keys, copy your key from here, and this is the name and this is the key. Ola NEDEV, that is your storage account name and key. This is the key. You have to copy it and provide here. Click on next. Provide your account name and your account key. Then click on next. It will connect your storage account. You can also try to connect with these options also from storage account. So any questions so far? Okay, so let's see what we have discussed so far today. So today we have discussed AG copy, how we can copy the data from your local on-premises environment to Azure account. Then after that we have seen access level permissions for containers and shared access signature we have seen, and we have seen also different options how we can connect the storage account by using access keys or by using shared access signatures. These are all the concepts we have seen. So anyone having any questions, the concepts which has been discussed today? Okay.